What's up? How you doing? The summer of '84. Summer of '84 was the Karate Kid summer. Karate Kid came out that summer, and during that time, I remember it was a hot day, and I was trying to get out of the heat. It was hot and humid, and I hate humidity. So it's like living in a swamp. So I decided I was going to go to the movies with nice AC, nice air conditioning there. And I decided I was going to go see Karate Kid. So I went up to the bus stop, which was about 5 blocks from my house, and I was waiting there for a couple of minutes when, from the corner of my eye, I noticed two girls coming in my direction. And I recognized one of them. The other one, I didn't know who she was, but the one I recognized, Suzanne, I went to school with. So she comes up to me, and I think she needed some change. She asked me for $1 or whatever it was, and I said, I don't have it, but I can go home and get you some money. In those days, I would only bring enough money for whatever it was I was doing. So if I was going to the movies, I would bring money for the movie ticket, maybe a beverage, maybe a popcorn, and the bus fare to go and to come back. That was it. I wouldn't bring extra. So I didn't have any extra money to give her, but I ran home, and I knew that I had to come back fast because that particular bus, it comes by every 40 minutes to go to the movie theaters up that way, and if I missed it, then I would miss the movie. So I ran home, speed of light, and I went to my secret stash, and I grabbed some change. I ran back up, and as I ran back up, the bus was just coming to the bus stop. And I gave Suzanne the money. We got on the bus, and I have never seen her since that time, so I don't know what happened. But anyway, I get off at the bus stop up at the movie theaters, which is about a half-a-mile walk, and I end up going down the street, open up the door, that nice, cool air comes at me, and I get in there, and I look up, and I tell the lady, Karate Kid. So I get the ticket, I get my beverage, get my popcorn, I go inside, and I sit. And when that movie opened up, it spoke to me. I said, how you doing? And that scene where they're in Jersey, the whole Jersey stuff reminds me of my area. And, you know, that station wagon, my father had a station wagon. They drove cross country in that, which I'm a big fan of driving cross country. And they end up in California. But he's kind of like a loner at the beginning. He doesn't know anybody. He meets that kid at the beginning where he kind of karate kicks the door open, and the kid's on the other side knocks him down. And then that old lady asks Daniel LaRusso if something about Uncle Louie. So anyway, that kid invites Daniel LaRusso to the beach party the next day, and he says, yes, I will come there and all that. But anyway, and then the scene where he meets Miyagi, he meets him because the faucet's broken in the kitchen, so he has to go meet Miyagi. Miyagi's trying to catch flies with the chopsticks. And the next day at the beach is where the action begins. This is how the whole drama begins, with learning karate. So Allie, the girl at the beach, broke up with with Johnny Lawrence. And Daniel's playing soccer, and I can't stand soccer. Soccer is like watching a bunch of ants chasing a rice grain around. That's all it is. But anyway, so they meet up there, and he's showing her the knee thing with the ball, and then here comes Johnny Lawrence with the Cobra Kia guys up top there on the hill. This is Leo Carrillo Beach. And his buddy says, take a right, and he looks down, and there's Allie messing around with Daniel LaRusso, which originally was Daniel Weber. So he goes down, he wants to talk to her, which is not a big deal. She could have spent 30 seconds talking to him, 2 minutes talking to him. No, she has to play the radio loud, and then she promises him, okay, give me the radio back, because he took the radio from her. Give me the radio back and I'll talk to you. And he says, you promise? She says, yeah. Gives her the radio back, and all she does is flip it back on nice and loud, and then he gets annoyed. He chucks the radio down. And then Daniel LaRusso gets involved. And I'm thinking from today's point of view, why are you even getting involved? You just met her 3 minutes ago, okay? This guy had a relationship with her, you know, and he just wants to talk to her, and there you go getting involved, making things worse. So that's where the fight scene, the first fight scene takes place. Daniel LaRusso got a sucker punch in, and then the Cobra Kai, Johnny Lawrence, beats him up with some karate kicks, which looks more like Taekwondo, but anyway. So that's where it starts. And then if you look at it from today, the older guy's point of view, it looks like Daniel LaRusso, a bit of an instigator. A couple of instances in the movie, had he not done what he did, especially the one on Halloween night, they would have probably left him alone after a while, but no, he had to keep adding fuel to the fire. So, but I was a big fan, still am a big fan of that movie. The other movies too was okay, but as you went down the line, each one got a little bit worse, a little bit more awful than the previous one. And then you had the other one, which was totally ridiculous, the next Karate Kid. Anyway. But I just finished watching Cobra Kai. They did a good job on that, much better than I thought. They brought all the elements in that I wanted to see. Season 3 is already in the can. It's already done. Just waiting for it to be released in 2021, even though they finished filming in 2019, September. Portions of it was shot in Okinawa, Japan, the real Okinawa, not like the other one. Part 2 was in Hawaii somewhere. It wasn't in Okinawa, but this one's actually in Okinawa. But really, like, who was the bully here? Johnny Lawrence. If you take his life into consideration, he wasn't really the bully. Daniel LaRusso, he wasn't really a bully either, but I mean, he did put his finger in a few things that he shouldn't have. So, but yeah, for me, that movie was cool. Pat Morita, you know, that Miyagi character, Miyagi, I think was the perfect fit. You know, I mean, who else could you have gotten? Probably the better choice, had he been alive at the time, would have been two guys, Master Po or Master Khan. Those guys probably would have been a little bit better, but they were long dead by then. So, well, maybe they weren't long dead. I think one of them died. I think one of them died in the 90s. I got to check that. I know Master Khan, I think he died in 78. But anyway, one died in the 70s, one died later. But anyway.